Hello students, we have already learned about saturated hydrocarbon compound alkanes and unsaturated hydrocarbon compound alkenes. We are left with one last family that consists of unsaturated hydrocarbon compounds called alkynes. These compounds have at least one triple covalent bond between their two carbon atoms. The general formula for alkynes is CnH2n-2, where N represents the number of carbon. Again, this will give us the number of carbons and hydrogens present in all members of alkyne group. We also know the general formula of alkenes and alkanes. They are CnH2n and CnH2n plus 2. Now one thing is very clear by just looking at these formulae that as we go from alkanes to alkynes, the number of hydrogen atoms decreases. Observe that all three have hydrogen with twice the number of carbon atoms. But alkanes have 2 more to the twice, while alkenes have twice, that is 2 less, than the alkanes. And alkynes have still 2 less than the alkenes. Now you may think, why is this so? This is because in alkanes, all bonds are single bonds, and so there are maximum number of H atoms, which is 2n plus 2. But as we go to the alkenes and alkynes, we know they have at least one double and triple bonds, which require removal of H atoms, and thus they decrease. Let us understand this. Say here we have an alkane compound ethane. It has maximum number of H atoms, that is 6. Now from here, if we remove 2 H atoms like this, observe that one valency of each carbon gets free. Thus, they form another covalent bond between them and a double bond results. So, 2 hydrogen atoms have reduced from ethane in ethene. Similarly, now if we remove 2 more H atoms from alkenes, that is ethene, or 4 from alkanes, that is ethane, we see carbon atoms can now form a triple bond as their 3 valencies are free. And this is what happens with ethyne. So the number of carbon atoms in ethyne is 2 less than ethene and 4 less than ethane. I hope now you know why we all use this general formulae like alkanes have 2n plus 2 hydrogen atoms, while alkenes have 2 fewer, that is 2n hydrogen atoms, and alkynes have still fewer, that is 2n minus 2 hydrogen atoms. Now coming back to our alkyne compounds, just like alkenes which have at least one double bond, the alkyne group must have at least one triple bond and thus should have at least 2 carbon atoms to form them. Therefore, the alkyne group does not have a single carbon compound, methyne. And ethyne is the first member of this group. It has 2 carbon atoms bonded by a triple covalent bond. And how many hydrogen atoms will it have? Let's put n equal to 2 in the general formula of alkyne, and we have the number of hydrogen atoms as 2 times 2 minus 2, that is 4 minus 2 equal to 2. The number of carbon atoms here is 2 and hydrogen atoms is also 2. So the formula is C2H2, which is also written as CH. Now what about the name of this compound? As you see, it has root eth for 2 carbon atoms and suffix -ine for carbon-carbon triple bond. The structure of ethyne will be like this. Here, 3 dashes show that 3 valencies of carbon are satisfied by 3 covalent bonds, and the remaining 1 valency is satisfied by a single covalent bond with H atoms. That is, carbon will form triple covalent bond with other carbon atom and single covalent bond with hydrogen atoms. Now let's put n equal to 3 in the general formula. This compound has 3 carbon atoms and the molecular formula of it will be C3H4. As it's clear, compound has 3 carbons, so n equal to 3. And putting this in equation, number of hydrogen atoms will be 2 times 3 minus 2, that is 6 minus 2, 4. Thus, its formula will be C3H4. and its structure can be expressed like this. Now, since this compound has 3 carbons, root in its name will be prop and suffix -ine, as it is a member of alkyne group. Thus, the name of this compound will become propyne. And this is how we can find other hydrocarbons of the alkyne group as well. Here too, as we increase the number of carbons in, long chains of hydrocarbons will be formed and called long chains of unsaturated hydrocarbons. So students, let's take a quick look at what we have learned so far in videos. Hydrocarbon compounds are classified into 2 types, saturated and unsaturated. Saturated ones have only single bond between their carbon atoms, while unsaturated ones have at least one double or triple bond between their carbon atoms. The saturated ones are called as alkanes, that is, they have only single bonds between their carbon atoms, and the general formula is CnH2n+2, while the unsaturated ones are alkenes with at least one double bond and alkynes with at least one triple bond. The general formula of alkenes is CnH2n, while that of alkynes is CnH2n-2. Now, in the coming videos, we will learn about functional groups that get joined to these hydrocarbon chains.